and wash me over until my well runs dry. Send all your sins all over me, baby, baby, baby,
What is up, guys? It is me, your girl Shant'e, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on post notifications so your phone can beep, buzz, vibrate, and do whatever it does when your girl posts another video. If you are returning, then welcome back, period. So if you are an OG subscriber, y'all right, my phone said period. If you are an OG subscriber, then you know this time last year around the 1st, I had dropped a house tour video and a lot of people had flooded my Instagram. Make sure you guys go follow me on social media as well, about questions, comments, and concerns about moving out. They wanted tips, they wanted help, they wanted everything. So I'm here to give what they've been asking for, period. First thing first about moving out that you should know is, can you afford moving out? And by that I mean, is the job you working on paying you what you need to be paid to go about your business? Like, if you're not making enough money, you're not going to be able to leave. Okay, so here's how you know you're making enough money, or if you're not making enough money. What you do is you go and you calculate all the money you make in a month. And I'm not even talking about extra hours, extra shifts. I'm talking about what you make by yourself. Nothing extra, no overtime, no none of that, nothing. Once you do that, once you write down the number that you make, or whatever the case may be, go look up the apartment that you're looking into, whatever. See how much the rent is, the rent, the mortgage, whatever. See how much it is. Once you write that down, then you write down your utilities. My utilities roughly, I'm gonna be completely honest, about $200, and that's light and water. Because if you know, you know, I ain't gonna lie, some people be higher. So you can really go ask like your mama or whatever the case may be how much they pay, and go based off that price or whatever. But I go based off of what I actually pay, which is $200 for both, period. Because I don't be playing on that lights on, water, I ain't doing all that. But anyway, calculate the amount the rent is, the utilities, your gas you spend in a month, and the groceries you would need. Those are the main things that you're gonna be spending in your house. But these are the main things that you're really going to be paying in your house. These are essentials. These are essentials for real. So once you calculate all that, you look at your price, your total of all that, compare it to how much you make. If that number is bigger than what you make, you can't move. If you can still cap at least $400 to $500 after paying all of that, you can move. Simple. You don't want to go and rush moving and then you're in a situation you can't get out. Because the worst thing to do is go moving into an apartment or whatever and you can't afford it. And if those bills start coming behind, you can't get put out. You can't get evicted. That will be on your credit. And credit is something that's in here, but I don't want y'all to be afraid of that conversation, because it's a conversation that needs to be held, period. But you don't want to go move somewhere and then now you have this eviction or this put out or whatever on your credit. Now it's going to be even harder for you to get into any place or whatever the case may be. So make sure you're able to leave. Make sure you're able to cap at least $400 to $500 after you spend all your money on like paying rent and stuff like that, because rainy days are real. And by that I mean, what if you wake up one morning and you was only able, let's say you move and you only able to cap $80 to $100. If you're only capping $80 to $100 and let's say you wake up, your tire bust, boom, out of that $80 and $100, the only thing you're gonna be able to do is get you a tire. Then boom, once you get the tire, immediately you get the tire, you look at your gas tank, it's on E. You don't got no more money to get to work. You can lose your job. Now you finna get put out because you ain't got no way to pay your bills. You see what I'm saying? Small stuff like that literally happens. Like, I'm telling y'all, rainy days are real. Like, it gets to the point where you gotta have extra money in your pocket because anything can happen. So if you're only capping $80 to $100 after paying your bill, you can't go, period. If you're capping $400, $500, you're safe, you're good. But you will drown if you only cap it to $100. That's just period. Now, if you're able to go, the next thing you'll be worrying about is planning, and that's basically figuring out where you want to go, what's comfortable for you, what you can afford. Like, don't try to go too hard like on your first apartment, because you don't want to do what I did. Like, I ain't really want to listen to nobody, and although I could afford it, I ain't gonna lie, do what you want to do, because at the end of the day, I literally did not want to listen to nobody. I wanted what I wanted, period. I manifested it and I got it. So I can't even say don't do that. If you believe in yourself and you know you can afford it, go for it, period. That's just that on that. Darn sure go with what you can afford, because you don't want to, you really don't want to do too much. I will say this, don't pay more than $1,200. Well, don't pay more than $1,300 for apartments. Like, if you're looking for an apartment, look for a mortgage at this point, because these apartments really starting to get crazy with all this $1,200, and I'm looking at a brick wall outside my window. Like, I don't even have scenery to match my price I'm paying for this apartment. But anyway, we're not gonna get on that. Next, we're gonna get on planning. I personally feel like if you plan on moving out, the day you say, I feel like I want to move out, wait 6 months to a year from that date. And the reason I said that is because when I moved out, I had 6 months already saved. From the time that I said I want to move, I started saving my money. Now we're finna get into, well, no, my pause. Wait 6, this is in my list, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm reading from my thing. But anyway, set a date, stick to it. And I personally feel 6 months to a year. I don't feel like you should be like, oh, I want to move and then move next month. I personally feel like, this is from experience, this is just advice, save up to 6 months on rent. Because once you get an apartment and you want to start buying like furniture and stuff like that, you got 6 months of rent already put up, so you don't have to worry about buying piece by piece by piece. You can literally buy everything in a bulk if you save 6 months of rent, because you got 6 months to really splurge on buying your house before you have to start getting back to paying your bills again monthly. That'll help a lot, because sometimes people move so fast they don't have enough time to really save for the furniture, and their house be empty for months, because it's just like, I moved, but now it's just like I don't have no money to really buy or invest in like a bedroom set or a furniture set, whatever the case may be, because now I gotta pay my rent every month. Like, wait, just wait, don't be too thirsty, just wait, pace yourself. Like, pacing yourself when moving it's what's really, period. But make sure you set your date, make sure you set a date, make sure you set a goal, stick to it, and start walking as if you're moving. Like, it's crunch time, and this goes into saving. When you go into saving, it's crunch time now. It's to the point where you don't need to be out with your friends buying this, buying that. You don't need to get into buying senseless stuff, because what you're gonna do now is, from that moment that you say you want to move, start putting up the money as if you're already there. By that I mean, you get paid every Friday. Let's just use a scenario. Let's say your rent's $9.75, because that's what mine was. Boom, rent $9.75. Every time you get paid, put up $9.75. Every time you get paid, $9.75, as if you're already paying rent. Because by the time you get ready to move, you really gonna be moving in a smooth transaction, because you're not even gonna notice that you that you saved about six months, probably even more than that, but 6 months, whatever the case may be. But it'll teach you like you're already living, like you're already preparing yourself for it. So start like preparing yourself for moving, whatever the case may be. So once you set that aside, you good to go. But you do have to stop shopping and stop doing a lot of stuff, because when you really want to move, you gotta buckle down. Like, you really do gotta stop. Listen, I ain't finna eat out every night. Like, I'm finna go home to the crib, cook me something to eat. I ain't really got time. I ain't really got time. You gotta stop shopping. I'm not gonna lie, I was still trying to ball, and I was trying to get on, and I couldn't do both. Like, it's either you gonna get on or you gonna ball. Pick one. I got on because I ain't had time. So yeah, people really take moving really hard, but it's not really hard. Now let me get into something that a lot of people was asking me about. Let's just get into the credit. Credit, I want to say credit is major, but it's not major. I can say this from experience. My credit wasn't top tier. My credit was fair, or whatever the case may be. I just learned, and this goes from saving. When you don't have credit, you really kind of have to start looking for apartments that will look at your credit score, but ask you, hey, listen, your credit not good, but can you put down at least 2 to 3 months? That's what I did. I put down $1,950. I put down 2 months instead of 1. If my credit was great, I wouldn't have had to do that. I would have just paid for the first rent. But they was like, if you could put down a little more extra, you good to go. I had that already saved. Boom, bam. That's why I said start saving, because you're gonna need to save for your deposit, not just for your rent and stuff like that. You have a deposit that you have to pay, whether if it's first month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever it is. You need to save that. If you can't find an apartment that really kind of like is lenient when it comes down to your credit or whatever, start going ahead and look for a cosigner, because that's gonna be your best bet. If you got a cosigner, I ain't gonna lie, you're blessed, baby, because I ain't had one. My only co-signer was myself and God, baby, period. And them pockets, because I had to pay. But if you got a co-signer, you're definitely lit. You're definitely blessed. You're definitely blessed. But and if you can't find a co-signer, and you can't find an apartment that's linear against just putting out extra money, then this means you do have to start building your credit. And that's where it goes back into waiting 6 months to a year. Start building your credit. Start looking up websites and stuff that help you build your credit. You can even go to your bank. I wouldn't say get a credit card. I would definitely say talk to somebody, like an easier way. Like, you got cell phone companies, like if you pay your cell phone on time, that'll add points to your credit. You can do furniture, pay on furniture, pay on phones, certain stuff like that, like stuff without even having to get a credit card, because credit cards is overrated, especially if you don't know how to use them properly. So I personally feel like credit card ain't for me, because yeah, yeah. But that's really it, y'all. I'm being dead serious. Like, it wasn't really that hard to really move. It's just really your mindset. Like, you got to put your mind to wanting to move. If you don't get your mental state adjusted to, I'm really ready to move, I'm really ready to go, it's not gonna happen. So really budget yourself, pace yourself. Don't rush yourself into another situation. A lot of people be trying to move because they tired of their surroundings. But I will say this: if you're not financially able to move for real, and you're really just trying to run away from your problems, you're gonna run into another problem. So don't try to rush out of a situation to get in an even worse situation. Okay, just make sure you're able to afford it. If you're able to afford it, start budgeting and start saving your money. Start taking out your paychecks as if you're already staying there. That's gonna make it so easy. Make sure you guys save 6 months to a year. It don't even have to be a year. It could be 6 months, because 6 months is what I gave myself, and I left in 6 months, which so happened to be in January. But that's really it. Like, that's really it. Credit, don't be scared. A lot of people be scared of credit. Don't be scared, because it is sometimes you can get around of the credit situation, because a lot of people feel like, oh, I'm gonna be hindered because of credit. Listen, my credit was fair, and when I mean fair, it wasn't nothing there, period. And I just paid them extra money to go, period. You just got to do your research. Don't let people just tell you it's not possible, and then you just believe that, and then you feel like you're stuck. Do your own research. Although I'm telling y'all what I experienced, do your own research as well. You know, take my advice, but do your research. And that's just that. You'll be good to go. But it wasn't a hard process. It was fairly easy. I was excited to do it, period. I'm really excited for this new journey we're gonna be on. I don't want to tell y'all, but I want to tell y'all so bad, but I'm not gonna tell y'all because y'all can't know, period. But that's really it for this video. I hope this helped you guys. I wish you the best of luck if you are planning on moving out. Make sure you guys hit that post notification. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you guys turn your post notifications on. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Make sure you guys comment down below so I know what you need to know. And that's on period. I'll see you guys next time.